While everyone knows what productivity is and what anxiety is, have you ever heard the two terms put together? So what exactly is productivity anxiety and what can we do about it? Welcome to She Defined. I'm your host Sharon Green, and today we're talking about productivity anxiety. Essentially, productivity anxiety is the feeling that you are never doing enough. No matter how many hours you work or how much you get done, you never truly feel satisfied with your achievements because there is always more to do. Productivity anxiety is also characterized by a sense of shame for doing things that you would consider unproductive. So even on a day off, you'll feel guilty for not chipping away at your never-ending to-do list, instead of allowing yourself the time and space to rest and recover. While from the outset, constantly working seems to be the quickest way to get ahead of everyone else, it can actually put you much further back in the long run. This constant need to be doing something can quite quickly result in burnout, resentment of your work, or even mental health issues, such as anxiety in other areas of your life. Never allowing yourself to relax or feeling incredibly guilty when you do is a harmful mentality. What could start out as a few harmless to-do lists could suddenly become so overwhelming that you find yourself doing nothing but work and never truly finding enjoyment in the things you used to. If you want to know if you've been suffering from productivity anxiety, here are 9 telltale signs to look for and what you can do about it. You never take the time to truly rest. If you're never spending time doing things you enjoy or taking time to rest because you feel an intense shame about being switched off, then chances are you're suffering from productivity anxiety. Resting should never feel like a crime and is actually essential to retaining optimal productivity levels. If you've come to this realization but still find yourself stuck in the cycle of doing, try to shift your mindset and find the value in taking time off. Try allocating time in your day to take a bath or spend an hour reading. These small activities may help you to ease out of productivity mode and teach you to value leisure activities that will contribute to your well-being. Doing things makes you feel in control. By constantly doing things, people feel like they can control the outcome of their careers or of their lives. If you're someone who thrives off feeling in control of your life, start thinking about control in a different way. What's the one thing we absolutely can control? Our time. As we get older, we see just how valuable our time is. So when you're constantly in overdrive, take a step back and consider where your days are being spent. We need to not only consider our time, but also take control of it. And that can be a very empowering thing to do. Set yourself time limits for work and schedule in time for self-care or relaxation. It feels necessary to be valued. If you feel like you need to constantly be busy in order to feel valued in your work or your life, then you might be a victim of productivity anxiety. The world we live in today places high value on busyness and even praises it. This toxic idea is basically highlighting that your output is of more worth than your values and ambitions. So many people have in turn come to believe that the busier they are, the more valued they will feel. Instead of thinking and accepting all of the things you can do, choose the things you want to do because they align with your personal values, morals, and beliefs. This should be the most valued for any individual, and the more people actively involve themselves in this, the easier it will be to shift the world's internalizations and busyness culture. You struggle to sleep. If you're struggling to sleep because your mind is actively racing through all the things you need to get done, or you're feeling guilty that you didn't get enough done today, the cause could be productivity anxiety. This is an easy one to spot because you may find that whenever you're falling back into the cycle of anxiety, your sleep will be the first indicator. While there are tons of things that can cause sleeplessness, if you notice that your thoughts are quite specific to productivity shame, then you likely need to make some changes to get some quality sleep again. Diet and nutrition also play a big part in stress and anxiety. Ensure you are eating well and take supplements that can help relieve the symptoms of stress and reduce the occurrence of mild anxiety. This may even help improve your sleep, so it's a win-win. You never feel like you've done enough. People who suffer from productivity anxiety will never be satisfied with what they achieve because it will never feel like enough. They feel the need to constantly be busy and are extremely critical of how effectively they can get through things. And this is generally because they never spend the time to reflect on and celebrate the things they actually did. Start looking back weekly or monthly on everything you achieved and take the time to celebrate how amazing that is and how it's helping you reach your bigger goals. And if you didn't achieve all that much, acknowledge that it's okay and accept that it was still a good day or a good week despite your productive outcomes. Distractions help you ignore your feelings. If you're suffering from toxic busyness and productivity anxiety, have you ever thought about why? Maybe it's because you think you need to keep working to be valued, maybe you don't want to fall behind the crowd, or maybe because it helps to create distractions that allow you to ignore your feelings and emotions. Many people don't want to be alone with themselves because with that can come a rush of feelings that they don't want to or aren't ready to process. But shifting these emotions down is not the best thing to do. Give your feelings space, lean into them, and use mindfulness techniques to help recognize them. While you'll need to set the time aside to work through these, it will bring healing that allows you to succeed even further in your life. Plus, working through your feelings is certainly an achievement. You feel like everyone's always doing more than you. Just like how you'll never be satisfied with what you get done, if you have productivity anxiety, you will always compare yourself to others. You think that whatever you do will be nothing in comparison to someone else. But the reality is, everyone is on a unique journey and at a different stage in their lives. Just because one person can smash through their goals in a few months doesn't mean you can too. Plus, what's the point of achieving things that someone else did when it doesn't align with your own values and ambitions? Self-worth and achievements are intrinsically linked for you. Our society ties self-worth to achievements. We praise the high achievers and we sympathise with those who don't or can't achieve greatness. But shouldn't our self-worth stem from other core values, morals and beliefs? The world might say otherwise, but there's no better time than the present to shift this narrative. Your self-worth and your achievements are both important, but the two should never be intrinsically linked. Your goals are unrealistic. Setting yourself goals that are unrealistic is the perfect fuel for productivity anxiety. No matter what you do or achieve, you'll always feel miles away from your desired destination, which in turn makes you feel like you're not doing enough. Instead, you should set smaller, short-term goals that help you achieve your bigger dreams. And if things take a little longer than expected, it's important to be okay with that. Not everything in life will go to plan, and goals will be forever evolving. Just remember that what you're doing right now is enough, and no matter how long you take to make your dreams become reality, they and you are just as worthy as the people who get there a bit faster. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to She Defined. It really helps our channel and we appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.